Hey Pokemon trainers, welcome to Training Riolu. We are hopping into our shiny hunt for Zapdos. Let me make sure we've got our counter up. It's not up. Let me make sure. There it is. What is that? There's an ad on the counter. Man. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Boom, baby. Okay, so we're at 1401 today. We have predictions that people have asked for. So let me write those down real quick because we've got. Oh, what's up, Bet Holland? Welcome back to Training Riolu. How? Yes, we've got Eevee. How is your? Today is Wednesday. How's your Wednesday going? Okay, let me write down. So we got 1405 and 1410, and those are Dialga's predictions. Okay, and then I know we have 67 and 69, and those are Father Elmo's predictions. Let me make sure I've got everybody in here. So 42 is going to be Aubrey. So 1442. And then 14, was it 74 for Cobalt? All the 79s. Okay, so we got 1467, 1469 for Father Elmo. Yo, what's up, Virgil? Aubrey, and then Cobalt is 1479. Okay, yeah. And then that's Cobalt. Okay. Anybody else on like a constant guess? Man. Yo, happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It's been a long road to get to stream today. So sorry about the wait. And thank you for being here. Thank you for being here sincerely. 1444 for Virgil. Hell yeah. 1444 for Virgil. Okay, I think we might be squared away. If I missed anybody, I hope you'll be here to correct me. But yo, I think I got everybody. And then I need to make my own prediction too. Okay. So, if it's not this one, I'll guess something like 14, 12 is what I'm guessing. 1412. Alright, that's not the shiny. It's not. Okay. Me. I'm guessing 1412. Alright, we're in there. We're in there like swimwear. Let's go. How are you guys' Wednesdays going? I have had a very surprisingly funny Wednesday. Like, okay, so I had expectations of what the day was going to be like. Typically Wednesdays are fairly busy. So here's what happened. Yeah, I woke up and I got up at like 7:30, and then I could not get myself like to motivated to like get up and get some coffee. So I just sat down, I relaxed, I watched some YouTube videos, and that was the last moment of relaxation that I had. So I finally got up, got some coffee. It was like 10 and it was like 3 hours after I woke up, right? I got some coffee, and then I went downstairs. I was talking to Assassin and Luna on our Pico Pals chat. And so we were talking about some stuff this morning, and I asked Assassin, "Yo, did you go and get your skin for your silver?" And he said no, but I was like, all right, well, I'm going to try to see what's free in there today and grab all that stuff. Well, I started up in Sonic Rumble, and I sat down and I kind of started like drinking my coffee to it. My coffee cup is still here. It's empty. I drank all the coffee, but my coffee cup is still on the table, right? And then all of a sudden there was a knock at the door, and my friend was here. So I was like, oh, I gotta put on pants. So I put on I was like, yo, not sure if she was coming over. I thought the plan was for us to meet at a movie early this morning to go see like Shrek 2 with her kiddos, and I could not get myself out of bed. So it was like, man, I'm gonna just hang out here. Did I wonder. Someone wrote Eevee and spelt it with it just one E. Did I do that? Okay, that one's not shiny. Let's go Eevee. Okay, I spelled it right. Oh, Pokemon needs to be changed. I misspelled Pokemon. So my friend came over. Man, it was a lively conversation. I was really happy to see my friend. We hung out like a while ago, but the last time we hung out, we were with her kiddos, so it was kind of like playing with them, hanging out with them, like spending some attention. You know, kids. I feel like as a kid, you know, when I was a kid, I probably didn't feel like I garner very much attention, and so I think as an adult, I try to garner attention towards kids and pay them mind, you know what I mean? Like just pay attention that they're there, and sometimes they have things to say and they got big feelings about stuff, and it's like, man, okay, I hear that. I understand. And so last time we were hanging out with our kids, so I spent more time like playing and being a kid myself, and then this time it was like when she sat down and I was like, yo, let me catch up with you. It was like all this stuff that's going on. And so we had a good talk, and that went from like, you know, like 11 something to 2 o'clock. And then I got to go see my fur nephew. It wasn't 1337. No, I'm sorry. Yo, can you, I want to be a part of what the 1337 means. Unless like it's okay if you don't want to bring me as a part of it, but yo, if you want, let me know what that is, because I was excited to understand it, and I never asked to know. All right, so Dialga 1405 is where we're at, and this could be the shiny. But Prada, welcome to the chat. Yo, what's going on, Prada? I'm happy you're here. Happy Wednesday. Maybe. Let me ask my brother. Sorry. Someone's planning something. We're trying to, I'm trying, Elite. Damn, wasn't 1337. Yeah. Elite. Okay. 1337 is Elite. Okay. Can you put 1738 for me? Yeah. Yo, Virgil, absolutely. 1738 for Virgil. Absolutely. Yo, sorry about that little interruption. I got to send this text off for Virgil. Absolutely. And then let me finish this text real quick. Let me ask my brother the place he just told me about. He's got impeccable taste in food. Okay, yo, sorry about I'm trying to plan something for 1738. Good one. Okay. Oh no, is that another Elite thing going on? Okay, hell yeah. Well, whatever it is, I hope it's amazing. Yeah, 1738. Yo, I hope we're not resetting. You already know. I don't. Yo, what the heck? I don't know what's going on. But I love it. It's great because it's in the chat and you guys are talking to me and I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry. 1738. Yeah. So my brother said that there's a bar close to where he lives that has like great burgers, and I'm planning on doing a Pokemon Go like video with someone else because I had been making Pokemon Go videos all year. They asked if they could make a YouTube video with me, and so I'm going to meet them to talk about the ideas around the Pokemon Go video for GoFest, which I don't know if I'm gonna get back into reporting on Pokemon Go. It does take a lot of time to construct those videos, but I might if people want it. You know what I mean? I haven't seen anybody saying, "Hey, I miss your Pokemon Go videos," and that's okay, because I'd much rather stream than make those Pokemon Go videos. And if I'm gonna do edited videos, I think I want to make videos that are engaging with the audience that's here, like things that you guys would want to see, you know. So I think eventually I'll get into playing games in series of games. I'll do playthroughs for you guys. Eventually I'll do some like Pokemon exclusive content that talks about lore, that delves into like philosophy, that delves into like ideas. And then I definitely want to start a Pokemon of the Week series. But I was gonna do that once we start, you know, as a YouTube channel, like once we make partners with YouTube. So that's the plan. That's my plan. And we're gonna go eat some burgers. We're gonna go eat some burgers with a friend that I play Pokemon Go with fairly regularly, and I think you guys are gonna meet him in a Pokemon Go video, and that might be cool. That might be a cool time. Okay. There we go. We got that. That's not what I need. I need to reset and count up and click and turn down my volume and watch what kind of delay we're looking at. What kind of delay are we looking at here? There we go. Keep clicking. Keep pushing buttons. Did you guys get a chance to watch the Sonic Rumble video that we did yesterday with the Pico Pals? Because that was a pretty fun time. That was Sonic Rumble was kind of like a Fall Guys video, honestly, but it's just like Fall Guys with Sonic the Hedgehog skins, and that was kind of cool. It was like I decided to be like fiscally irresponsible to try and set up maybe the future of the Pico Pals as like not being the accountant for the group. I don't want to necessarily be the accountant for the group, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of games where I want to just play the game and not necessarily have to worry about like how our money's being spent. So I imagine with the Pico Pals, it's probably going to be a bit of a fun time, like just playing games where somebody else has to worry about what we're buying and stuff like that. So, because I think I get meticulous, you know what I mean? I get like, okay, if this is what we're selling, you know, this is what we're buying, you know, stuff like that. And I want to make sure I think I am capable of putting one foot in front of the other and tripping over that same foot. Does that make sense? So yeah, I was like establishing myself as like fiscally irresponsible, spending all my Sonic the Hedgehog rings to get all the skins, so that way maybe Assassin takes care of the money. Which yeah, I think that's kind of, I thought it was a good bit. I thought it was funny. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, hopefully you guys got a chance. It was Tuesday. Tuesday is a busy day for me. I got to hang out with my my roommate. We went to a really cool cafe. Dialga, this is another prediction for you, and then 2 more resets, and I'll be at my prediction. So maybe we could get it on either of those. But yeah, we went to a cool cafe. The atmosphere was nice. We got to sit in a nice spot where it's kind of easy to people watch and to like kind of watch people order and stuff like that. It was a nice, pretty good location to sit and have coffee. And we had some great conversations around some of the conversations we've had in the Discord chat. great conversations around some ideas beyond that and exploring different things. Yeah, we kind of talked about, I mean, I try not to get political on this. It might seem like I'm getting political, but truthfully, the topic of conversation that we were having was around feminism, and just kind of like we weren't being political, and I'm not being political. That's just like the topic of conversation we were having, and it was kind of cool because we had some really interesting insights. I know you guys that have been around for a little while kind of understand that I just care about people, and I don't want injustices done to anybody. I mean, the topic of feminism for me kind of revolves around that. I don't want injustices done to anybody, and it's kind of interesting thinking about perspective. Like every single person is born from, their mother, right? A mother, some lady had you as a kid, and it's interesting how life starts from there, right? Life starts from there, and we all develop into the person we are today. And no matter what your viewpoint is, you got to this place with your viewpoint. And I know over time, like, not necessarily for feminism, but for a lot of different topics and different ideas and philosophies, my ideas have changed over time. I think I've talked about this. I'm not sure about you guys, but when I was a kid, I really liked to read comic books. Daredevil was my jam, dude. I read Daredevil so hard. I was talking about this today, that not in the time that I was spending with my roommate yesterday, but today I've been thinking about this a lot with my other friend, and I talked about it again with my roommate before stream. I grew up reading Daredevil, who is the man without fear. There's a lot of like themes based on being fearless, and I think I've always wanted to consider myself a fearless person. Okay, so it didn't land on 1412, so that's my prediction. We're working towards 1442. If anybody else has predictions outside of 1738, and wants to get a prediction in for today's stream, let me know. But yeah, so I think I've always kind of centered a lot of my ideals around not having fear, and that's always been interesting to explore throughout my life. I've been immature, not wanting to have fear, so it's like, okay, bravery, what's that look like? Bravery as a 20-year-old might be different than bravery as like a 30-something year old or and then like what is like kind of forgetting about like I think as a kid I wanted to get rid of fear, but that's not possible, right? Like, it's an emotion that I have. I think it's an emotion we all have. So Daredevil was an awesome comic book, and as a kid I misconstrued the man without fear into like not having fear whatsoever. And so I think trying to remember how I understand fear, the things that I am afraid of, like I absolutely have fears, and establishing myself in a different way as a man without fear, because like we all have emotions, and if we understand them, like it's really powerful. So how do I behave in the fear? And I think that was the point of Daredevil a lot of the times. and I didn't know that that was the point, right? So that's kind of interesting. Like all of that ties together. I promise it all makes sense to each other. But yeah, I think that's been kind of a journey for me, and really really cool to have the insights that I've gained from just like that childhood experience of establishing a value and not having fear, and then like as a adolescence and as a young man trying to just banish fear altogether, and what that looks like and what that means for me. um I'm glad it's much different, because it's like I don't know if you guys know, like I wasn't alive for this, but like there was an arcade game called Space Ace. I wasn't alive for Space Ace, but I've watched some people like play it. Like I've watched the game being played, and it's basically about this scrawny, space ranger, and this like I don't know if you guys know Don Bluth, the animator. Like he did animation for Anastasia. He did animation for All Dogs Go to Heaven. He did animation for The Land Before Time, and different movies that are like staples in a lot of people's lives. I think my nephews know all this stuff. Yo, what's up, Alex? Welcome to the chat. Happy Wednesday. I'm happy you're here. Don Bluth did a lot of animations for 1440. Okay, you got it. Alex, 1440. Okay, we're working towards 1440 now. Thank you, Alex. I hope we get it. But yeah, Don Bluth made a lot of like classic movies like The American Tale, Fievel Goes West. All of those animation styles. Secret of Nim, I think, is all Don Bluth. And he made a couple of video games. One was like Dragon's Lair, and one was called Space Ace. And so in this like animation, Don Bluth's animation, there's this game where it's pretty much like make choices throughout the entire game. And in Don Bluth's style, there's this really attractive like damsel in distress, and Space Ace is trying to work towards rescuing her and saving her, right? Like some video games do. And Space Ace is like this scrawny dude, and every now and then he'll get like power-ups and stuff like that. But there's a section of the game where the damsel in distress is like, beware your dark side. And the dark side comes out, and Space Ace is like facing off against his dark side. And so there's a phrase in that game that goes, beware your dark side. But I think more aptly, like with this fear conversation that we're having, like that I'm talking about, that I'm having with people today, it's more like be aware of your dark side. Like it's hard for people to kind of explore these things. It was hard for me to address that I do have fears, because I've been shirking it off for so long. I am afraid of stuff. I am afraid. I'm afraid to lose. I'm afraid to lose people. I'm afraid to lose hope. I'm afraid of loss. I'm afraid of what could happen if nobody has hope. I'm afraid of that. I don't want that to be a life that anybody has to live. And that's a fear I have. I sincerely have that fear. It's strange that we live in a world today where that fear is prominent for me. And but I know it might not mean much, but I care. I care about you. I care about you. And I know we don't know each other, I know you don't know me. I keep a lot of information to myself about stuff, which is surprising. I try not to. I try to be, hey, candid, this is what I'm doing with my day, and this is who I am as a person. But there's still a lot of stuff that I haven't dropped. I try not to give too much information out. I've given a lot though, and it's all out there on the internet. and that's wild. I guess I wasn't afraid of that, and you know, I'm trying not to. There's also people I want to protect. So so there's that. But yeah, with fear, for me, there's an exploration of be aware of your dark side that that I find right now in my life very intriguing. There's parts of me that I've disowned and disliked and disimbued, like get out of here. But it doesn't go away. You're still that part of you too, and I think there's there's an interesting idiom about like the two wolves that you feed, right? There's a light wolf and a dark wolf that lives inside you, and you know, whichever wolf you feed is the wolf that you're going to behave like. But that is an interesting idea, and I think it shares the concept of yin and yang and stuff like that. And yin and yang works together. There is the dark side, the light side, and what it represents is peace of both. Same thing with the wolves, right? Like the wolf you feed is the one that comes out, but you are both wolves. You have to feed both wolves, regardless. It might hurt to feed the light side of the wolf when the dark side is easy to behave like. Yeah, it's easier right now, I think, for a lot of people to say like, you know what, screw so much stuff. Screw all this stuff. I'd much rather be this dark wolf. I'd much rather feed this dark wolf. Everybody can fuck themselves, right? That's easy. But the light wolf, which is, you know, a little bit more compassionate or kind or friendly or trying to reach out and build community, having the dark wolf be like protected, having the dark wolf find safety, and having the light wolf be that branch, it all works together. They're both tools. You have to feed, you have to understand in yourself the things that you don't like about yourself. We all have it. We're all ashamed of these things. We're all in fear of these things that we have about ourselves. I'm afraid of the things that I've tried to push out of my life. I've always wanted to be kind and loving and understanding. I always wanted to have like a marriage by the time I was like 25 years old. I always wanted to like be in like some sort of family situation where I'm like taking care of a kid and stuff like that, right? Like I'm a father and I want to be a provider. And there's stuff that I've been afraid of outside of like those wants and ambitions that keep me, you know, not the person that the people I've dated or the people I've been with, that keep me from being the person that they want to, you know, have the rest of their life with. And I'm understanding this stuff about myself now because I didn't work with both wolves, right? One time I had this nightmare, and it was really interesting because I woke up just angry that I had this nightmare and that my brain could come up with these ideas. But basically, it was a simple nightmare. Like I woke up with dread, but it really wasn't anything scary. It was just a few black and white frames. It was like black and white videos of like a bunny, a cute little bunny, and it was hopping around, and then this immediate passage of time showing like the end of the bunny's existence and decay, right? So time passed, and I witnessed the time passing over this this dreamed version of a bunny that is no longer living, and time passing with the erosion of what that means. So that was part of it. Same thing happened with a butterfly landing on a flower. Same thing happened. The time passed, and then there was like also a field of flowers, and those were the three like scenes that were. It was like it was gonna continue. Like it was like the dream was like it was just gonna keep showing me these images of things decaying over time, and I woke up bewildered. I felt betrayed by my imagination. I felt scared that, you know, I was not sure what these images meant. I woke up like panicked. I'm sure my breath was heavy, like my mind, I was in a fog, I was in a haze and frustrated because I didn't fully understand all the things I was feeling. I didn't understand why I had this nightmare that made me feel this way about something so simple, and that what was bewildering to me was that my brain could come up with something like this. I was like, man, what the hell? And so I think about that dream, that nightmare sometimes, right? Like I think about the emotions I was feeling. I think about like why, you know, I woke up so panicked. I think about why that was so scary to me, because it's not a scary thing. It's just a black and white photo of these really cute things, and then the passage of time. Like it happens as it's inevitable, right? Inevitable endings. And I guess that nightmare about inevitable endings kind of like jostled me into a fear that I didn't understand about myself. I mean, I don't know if dreams necessarily mean anything. Usually it's like how your subconscious is dealing with stuff. But I think about that dream, and there's that end of the spectrum, and I have dreams where I wake up like laughing, so don't worry, you know, like it's okay. But I think about these things, and like how it meant to me, and why I'm going through, my mind is coming up with these ideas, and why I'm having these emotions. But I know that at that time too, I wasn't accepting fear, but I needed to feed the wolf that, you know, harbors fear and understands fear in order to help myself know about both wolves and be able to like know both wolves and where they belong, because there's a sense of belonging with like who I am in these factions of like your psyche. So I think the point is, I've been exploring some cool shit with my friends, and getting an understanding of myself that might help me with some relationships that I struggle with, that I care about. I care about. Like, I'm willing to go deep on a lot of my conversations with people, and not everybody's willing to do that. Sometimes that's hard for people. So, how do I have relationships with people that I understand a depth of our relationship, and then, you know, like maybe they aren't there. Maybe they don't know about the two wolves that they're feeding, or maybe they have bad dreams and they don't consider like how their minds are coming up with this. But with me, I am, and I fucking love that about myself, and I think it's rad. While at the time it might be scary and it might be crazy and shit like that, it gets so much better with introspection, and it gets so much better with like thoughtfulness, and it gets cool to be the person I am today because I grew up being the man without fear, and now I feel like I'm the man that understands my fear, which allows me to be stronger than what I understood. What I understood fear to be something like that's not a part of me, and that's not true. It never was true. I was always scared, and now I understand it. I can be better about the things that make me scared. So yeah, now how do I act in that? And that's I think the challenge for everybody. How do you behave once you understand the things about yourself that you never really considered before? So yeah, I didn't get to go to therapy today, so I guess I'm having therapy with you guys. But yo, Sonic the Hedgehog was fun yesterday. It was a lot of fun. I was thinking it'd be funny to try and not take fiscal responsibility of any teamwork games that we end up doing where we all share money. So that was a thing that I was trying to work towards yesterday. And we ended up, while Assassin was kind of, talking about all the characters and stuff like that, I think we all had a lot of fun playing Sonic Rumble. And we're definitely going to play it again. It's back. It's going to be back on the list soon. So I'll look forward to that. And I hope you guys will too. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, I hope you guys care about yourselves and care about the people that are around you. And I think one of the cool things out of the conversation I had with my roommate yesterday, my friend today, and then again with my roommate is there's some harder questions to ask, like how do I want to be loved? And if I can't answer that for myself, or I can't answer that for the people that I know, then I can't really expect them to love me the way that I'm asking them to, the way that I'm expecting them to. So I gotta learn what that means for me. And so and how does that work with people that where I'm willing to have depth with? How does that work with people that aren't willing to go deep in conversation? It's like I can be pretty surface level. I like laughing. I like fun. I like I like a good time. I hope you guys enjoy the show. I hope you guys enjoy the content. And hopefully this conversation isn't too weird for you guys. But yeah, it's been important to today. It's been important to the things going on so far this week. And I figured I'd share it with you guys because I thought it was pretty rad. So yeah, there's that. We're going to keep going with Zapdos. We've gotten through 31 resets so far. We're working to 42. Aubrey made a prediction that every 40-second reset... I'm sorry, 40. We're working to 40. Alex just made a prediction. Aubrey made a prediction for 42. So here we go. 1440 is the next prediction. And hopefully we can get the shiny. Hopefully today we get the shiny. I don't know. And then, yeah, after this shiny hunt, I'm going to go and meet with somebody about some ideas for a Pokemon Go video. Because Go Fest is happening soon. What's up, Snapesy? How's it going, man? Welcome to the chat, dude. I'm happy you're here. How was your Wednesday? I thought I was talking to a small group of people, but I think I might have been monologuing there for a while. But we've gone through a few, about 30 resets, and we're working towards some predictions. So if you have a prediction, Snapesy, let me know. I'll write it down, And yo, hopefully we get the shiny today. And hopefully it lands on someone's prediction. That'd be cool. That's not it. Snapesy Hollow. Yo, I was excited about you getting a chance to spend some time with friends at the batting cage. And I'm excited that you guys all decided to go to a friend's house to go swimming. And yo, I'm happy that your plans got to change from some relaxation to maybe a bit more celebration with some people that you got to surround yourself with, man. So congrats on the birthday. Happy birthday to you, my friend. And I'm really happy that you got a chance to spend some time doing some quality stuff, you know? That's awesome. I wish that for you every year. Or, you know, variations of that for you every year. Yeah, so today was pretty busy. Aubrey! You're right on time? Yeah, we're almost to 42. You are pretty on time there, Aubrey. How are you feeling? I saw yesterday you had an asthma attack. I meant to ask you yesterday, I was a little busy on the call, how your sister's doing. And then yeah, I hope you enjoyed your horchata, despite Assassin's wild take on rice milk. Like, just hearing those words together, I guess, made him freak out. But that's the way I know how to describe it. I don't know how else to describe horchata. But yeah, all those things. How are things going? Hopefully, no asthma attacks today. Hopefully not. Get some albuterol in the system, steroids for your lungs, and you're breathing good. Hopefully you're breathing well. Yeah, sorry about the late stream, everybody. I started pretty late today. I had a lot going on today too. It was a very, very slow morning, and I thought everything was canceling to end up being kind of a slow day. And then my friend ended up coming over after going and seeing a movie with her kids, and so we sat down and had a great conversation. Much better? Hell yeah. Had a crazy awesome conversation. I felt like I hadn't seen her in what might have seemed to be weeks, and I was just like yapping her ear off about about Superior Spider-Man and the multiverse of Spider-Man saga, the Spider-Verse saga. I was talking about comic books with her, and she doesn't read comic books, and I don't know how much she really cared about about the Spider-Verse, but it did relate to other things. And I nearly had a heart attack. Holy shit. I had a severe thunderstorm right now. Pretty loud bang made me jump, and my lights turned off and went back on and off again. Yo, that is frightening. Mother Nature always wins. Okay, don't tempt Mother Nature, because it's always going to win. It scared the crap out of me and nearly jumped out of my skin. Snapesy, I'm sorry you got frightened. Yo, we're chasing thunder, a Thunderbird, the Lord of the Thunderstorms, and he's out there making it fucking just land and crash right next to you. You got a thunder clash right next to you, man. I'm sorry about that. Hopefully that's a sign that we're gonna get the shiny, you know. But I'm sorry you got scared. I'm sorry. It's okay that surprising loud noise is a frightening thing. That's totally understandable. I think we all could get on board with that. But yeah, dude. I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad it was just the lights turning on and off and nothing worse than that. Hopefully Nothing worse than that. No fires or, you know, anything wicked, you know. But yeah, yo, I'm happy to be here today. I'm happy you guys are here. And yo, it's Wednesday. We made it halfway through the week. I got to see that beautiful puppy boy today. I sent some pictures of my fur pup to nephew. You're one of my new favorite streamers. Thank you for doing you. Oh, of course. Aubrey, of course. Absolutely. I'm happy that you're one of my new subscribers. So thank you for doing you as well. Sorry for the like while I'm in the call on Pico Pals, it's hard to fully engage with the chat, and so I hopefully it's understandable, and I hope the gameplay is fun enough with a couple of wild situations. It's hard to hear Luna, even though she does say a lot of stuff, and it's just like, what'd you say, Luna? You know, like that's kind of almost a bit at this point. But yeah, she's saying a bunch of stuff. It's always hard to hear. And then there's Assassin, who you could absolutely hear all the time, and he's got all kinds of stuff to say, and it's meant. I think the things that he says are meant to be wild and crazy, and maybe hold some shock value. So that's a thing that he does. And I'm glad I'm not that, but I'm glad that Assassin is. You know. Took me by surprise. I didn't expect that to get to me. I normally don't get scared or jump, but that really got me. I need some water. Damn. No. Yo, I'll drink some water with you. Let me grab my water. I'm gonna drink some water with you, man. Yo, you got scared. Certainly understandable to be afraid of an unexpected thunder clap, that is smashing down at however fast it's going, the speed of lightning, like whatever the speed of lightning is. Yeah, that is completely understandable. So Alex, we're at 1440. I'm resetting. Let me go grab my water. Boom, got my water. We got my water, my camel back. And Alex, we're resetting your prediction of 1440. Yo, we're here. I hate thunderstorms. They scare me so badly. See, thunderstorms. Yeah. Did you guys watch Ted? I mean, I don't think I normally am scared of thunderstorms. Oftentimes, the thunderstorms that come here are far enough away in the distance that they don't tend to make loud noises. But I have been in thunderstorms where it is shocking as hell to have the lightning smash nearby and make this huge crack that echoes throughout the entire land. You know what I mean? That's what it's doing. It's just echoing beyond where you are, so that's incredible, and that's pretty awesome. It looks like Father Elmo got to see Supergirl. He said it's mid. I think the movie is mid. I still want to go see it. I want to support Millie Alcock. I'm really excited for Millie Alcock getting this role as Supergirl. I know this movie didn't do well, and I think the brunt of it is basically the writer who was under Greta Gerwig for the Barbie movie wrote a script. It was promised that we would get a script based on Supergirl, the Woman of Tomorrow. And the script didn't really have anything to do with Supergirl, the Woman of Tomorrow. And I think the script ended up having to do with a few other things. But it's too hot outside. I might see it, but it's too hot outside. Yeah, dude. But I want to see it for spite. Yeah, me too. I want to see it because I think the public outcry, might be outside of the realm of where I'm at. I think I enjoy. I went and saw The Mandalorian. Isn't she Australian as well? Millie Alcock, Australian? I don't think she is. Not that I've seen. I know she played in House of the Dragon. But when she was doing press tours for House of the Dragon, I never got the inkling that she was Australian. You know how like Tom Holland typically has like a British accent, and like I loved the thunderstorm scene from Ted. From it's so funny, yeah. That's what I was thinking of. Thunder Buddies, yo, Thunder Buddies is where it's at. She is Australian. Okay. Yeah, I never got the inkling that she's Australian, but yeah, I definitely have enjoyed Millie Alcock in the things that I've seen her in. So I'm excited. I'm glad that she has the Supergirl role, and from even though there's like a public outcry about whatever people are freaking out about it. Well, okay, specifically there's some political stuff that people are freaking out about, and I think that's kind of nonsense. This doesn't seem to be a political movie. It seems to be a superhero movie that is like built into this superhero lore. I'd say maybe the only politics might happen on if there's any politics in the movie, it might happen on Krypton, because typically like it's the end of Krypton, and I'm sure I don't know, but I'm sure that because I've heard things about Jor-El. Okay, Aubrey 1442. We didn't get the shiny. I'm so sorry, and I meant to call it out, but we didn't get the shiny. I'm sorry we didn't get it. But we're moving on to 1444 with Virgil. Virgil made a prediction of 1444. So let me get there. But yeah, I don't know if I'd imagine if there's any politics, it's with Krypton. And then outside of that, I think we're getting an answer to the Red Sun comment that happened at the end of Superman. And maybe we're dealing with like maybe a coming of age story about like scorned person whose world exploded. Yeah. So I think that's probably what the story's gonna be based on and be about. But I think Anna, I can't remember her last name, but she was working with she was like under the tutelage of Greta Gerwig, who's made some amazing movies. And despite your thoughts on the Barbie movie, it was entirely successful. Like Barbenheimer was a cool situation, a historical moment for movies where there was a team up of two unlikely movies that ended up sharing a success with each other while people did Barbenheimer. And I joined Barbenheimer. I enjoyed both movies extremely for whatever reasons I enjoyed them for on the different. I think I liked the juxtaposition of Barbenheimer. It was such a cool, there was like the colorful, vibrant, vibe movie. And then there was like the darker, thoughtful theme movie of Christopher Nolan. So I want Dark Side. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're working towards it, right? Comic Girl was a comic that came out in 1959. I own it. I'm sorry, Supergirl was a comic that came out in 1959. Yeah, she was in the Superman movie for a small part and called him an asshole. That's all I know. She was in and Dragon. Yeah, she was in House of the Dragons. Yeah. Like I liked her in House of the Dragons. I thought her role as a daughter to this almost benevolent king. He was a loving father and a benevolent king. And as her role as a daughter to this benevolent king, I think she did a good job. But yeah, Millie Alcock. I think I'm gonna follow Millie Alcock's career unless something outrageous happens. And I think there's outrage in the media right now, but like it sucks because I heard some stories that people are upset because of her like weight or like her body type, and like that's kind of stupid. I know that there's some I know there's some discourse around the other actress that played with Millie Alcock in the media. What should I have to eat? What do you have to eat? Yo, if I was to come up with just a random food of what you should eat, I would probably say, okay, I think I'm going after this to have burgers. So I think that's on the mind. I would say a gourmet burger with like bacon and like a fried egg, and then maybe some avocado if you have it, and then maybe some shredded lettuce, melted cheese on top, and some like, maybe not necessarily ketchup and mustard, but maybe something that's like mixed together to make a really good sauce that goes really well with the food. If that doesn't sound good, I don't know what would. Okay, Virgil, we got through 1444. I don't know if I said this, but I'm sorry we didn't get the shiny. We are moving on to 1467 and then 1469. But yeah, if you guys want to make any predictions in between here and then, or even after 1469 or after 1479, go ahead. Let me know. I'll write it down. Maybe we can get some shiny Zapdos on one of you guys' predictions. That'd be great. Depends on what you have, and I can go from there to make something out of what you got laying around. Okay, yeah. In order for Snapesy to know what you want to eat, he needs to know what you have to eat so that he can give you some dank ideas. My brother is gonna make burgers? Oh shit. Your brother is like, yo, training Riolu, I heard you. I love that idea. We're gonna make some gourmet burgers. We're gonna get some avocado going. We're gonna fry up some sunny side up, get some eggs going, and then slam it all together. Maybe put some peanut butter with some fun sauces to make a fun sauce with a wild peanut buttery taste. And then it's gonna be just this delicious bacony, there's some sort of cream that's delicious in there, and then everything and the meat is gonna be delicious to chomp into. Yeah. Okay, hell yeah. Darn straight. Okay, sorry, Snapesy, I think I stole your thunder, dude. Oh, I stole thunderstorms. Okay. But yeah, hopefully you guys are doing good today. We're in the middle of the week. I hope you guys had a great Tuesday. I hope I got to spend some time with some of you guys on Monday. And a little bit of time with you guys in the morning on Tuesday, and I didn't get to see. I haven't seen you guys since then. We've been pumping out a couple of videos at a time, 2 videos at a time last week, and that's something we could probably keep doing. I said on the 1st of this month I would do stream reactions for the things that you guys posted in the Discord for stream reactions. I'm still gonna do that. I just realized today that I didn't make a plan for that. With Zapdos kind of eluding us, it's been easy to just fall back into the Zapdos hunt after some of the events that we were doing, and we do have an event to do for stream reactions. So I mean to do that on the 1st of the month every month. And maybe you guys can post stuff in the Discord on stream reactions throughout the month, and I can just kind of make it through some of the stream reactions. We'll have a fun stream, tied around that. That's the plan. I'm going to do that. Maybe we can do a short stream where we do stream reactions tomorrow. After stream today, I'm gonna go meet with somebody and plan for a Pokemon Go video, and we're gonna make a video based around Go Fest. So hopefully we'll come up with some fun ideas. We'll get some creativity going, and we'll have some fun with the recording and with the editing and stuff like that. So that's gonna be the plan for Go Fest. I'll have a video for Go Fest coming out, and that's what I'm gonna be doing. I know this might sound gross, but I loved it as a kid. My grandfather used to make me and my dad was a sandwich. He used rye bread, lettuce, tomato, mayo, peanut butter with Nutella, and some sliced turkey. That does not sound gross. I feel like peanut butter can go on more stuff than most people do. Interesting. Yeah. Aubrey's like, I'll consider it. Yeah. That was my grandfather. That was my grandfather's go-to sandwich. He ate that up till the day he passed away. My condolences. Yes. Rest in peace to one of the great sandwich makers in our time, Snapesy's grandfather. Thank you for the contribution to Snapesy's understanding of sandwich making, because you furthered his experiences. So R.I.P. Rest in power, Snapesy's grandpa. Hell yeah to that guy. Yeah. Yo, man. Making food, exploring with food, it's a lot of fun, man. Usually I make spaghetti and pasta, like when I make spaghetti and pasta sauce, like spaghetti sauce. I'll pop in some barbecue sauce in the like tomato paste, and get kind of a sweet flavor in the background of the sauce. And it does enhance the flavor, to be candid. Like it does make it taste a little bit better sometimes. But last week we had some wine on the counter. The other day there was a game night here, and some wine was brought out, and so I was like, I'm gonna use this wine to help make this pasta sauce taste a little bit more robust, and it was fantastic. That wine was incredible. Yo, what's up, Dialga? We went through 1405 and 1410. Didn't get the shiny, dude. Sorry, man. Not gonna lie, that sandwich is really good. But it's probably my taste buds are just different. Oh, okay, not anymore. It's not Nutella, peanut butter, but I think the idea of being able to mix some flavors together to get some different things going on with your taste buds, that is I think that's the point. Yeah. The house smells amazing with those burgers coming. Yo, baby, let's go. Oh yeah. Yo, okay, the aroma of burgers, the aroma of mixing up some food for burgers is filling the house in Aubrey's room. Yo, that's amazing. I had peanut butter chicken and peanut butter soup. They're really good. Me and my brother made so we explored some burger making when I was at my sister's house one time, and we made a mac and cheese burger. The mac and cheese was kind of homemade, and we quickly we kind of threw it together, but it was really creamy. It was kind of, I don't know if you guys have had like Annie's mac and cheese instead of like the Kraft mac and cheese. We made Annie's mac and cheese, which is a little bit more creamy. There's typically a white Alfredo type sauce, and then and there's shells. So we had that on our burger, and then and some other ingredients. I can't remember exactly. I think some bacon. We put some bacon on there, and that macaroni and cheeseburger was delicious. And then we also did the peanut butter burger, which was fucking phenomenal, man. The peanut butter burger was sick. Sick in the best way possible. But yeah, peanut butter is maybe Maybe a little underutilized, yeah? We use it for sandwiches. It could be used for more stuff. Okay. That was not the shiny. Unfortunately, that was not the shiny. Yo, Dialga. I don't know if you got to see this. Hold on 1 second, guys. That's my intro. I changed my intro. We're in the distortion realm now. So that's going to be the story arc for training Riolu. I need to like fix that up a little bit and maybe draw a new Riolu in the distortion world, and maybe that could be the new intro graphic, and we'll make a new intro graphic. But for now, this is the placeholder. But Riolu is going to have a training arc in the distortion realm. So we're still training. Have I heard of spaghetti pie? It's also known as a spaghetti bake. It's leftover spaghetti in an aluminum pan with sauce and cheese baked in the oven. Yeah, that sounds familiar. I've never eaten a spaghetti bake. Oop. What? There we go. Okay, 1454. No, I have never eaten a spaghetti bake, but I think oftentimes leftover spaghetti can be hit and miss. I think oftentimes leftover spaghetti is not bad, but sometimes I think leftover spaghetti, especially if there's like if sauce is like disparaged, if there's like not very much sauce in the spaghetti, leftover spaghetti doesn't typically turn out very well. I don't like to have a lot of sauce typically, like fresh, but I think spaghetti like has a tough time being leftover if it's not full of sauce. So that's interesting. I don't know about you guys. Do you guys feel the same way, or is there something? Am I off? Is that weird? That's okay if it is. But for me, I think if you're eating leftover spaghetti and there's not enough sauce, it's like if there's a little bit of sauce and not a lot, it's not very good. But when I'm eating spaghetti fresh out of the pot and I pour my own sauce, I want to eat the noodles fresh. But yeah, if you have leftovers and it's more noodle than it is sauce, reheating it, it's just not good. But yeah, a spaghetti bake sounds kind of good. Like the idea of a spaghetti bake could be good, especially if like you cut into it like with a spatula. That's why I add more if it's leftovers. Okay, Snapesy's with me on that one. Dialga says Ford. Yo, no one's. Yeah, yo. Dialga's talking about cars. Okay, that's not. We're talking about. There's a food conversation happening, and then a car conversation starting. Okay, there we go. Because the pasta soaks it up. That's why. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Yeah, and it's just not. It just doesn't fit. Just doesn't fit the flavor profile when you reheat it. I think I'm glad I'm not the only one. And there's people that might enjoy that, like a little bit more dry noodle, reheated. Come on, Zapdos. Eh, boy. But if you guys weren't here earlier, I had an interesting conversation about fear. I got a chance to see my friend today, and we started on a philosophical conversation. My mind has been like just kind of processing and wheeling over it. So I kind of spilled into the stream a little bit, but it was a fun conversation. Kind of a story about myself. and a little bit about philosophy. I hope if you get a chance to watch the stream back, I hope you enjoy the talk. It was a bit of an exploration. So yeah, I think I was alone, so I got to kind of give a bit of a monologue, and I'd much rather, especially on these like reset streams when we're looking for a shiny Pokemon, it's so much better when we have a conversation. It's so much better with you guys here. Although I think that the monologue was kind of fun. I had a fun time monologuing, and it's completely okay if you guys disagree or have other ideas and stuff like that. And if you do and you watch it back, let me know. Let's talk, let's explore more. That's what I think the point and what was exciting about all of this was the exploration of different topics. So when I make pasta, I keep the sauce and the pasta separate. Me too. Yo, Snapesy. And also, why I don't have stained containers, I add the sauce to pasta before eating it. Yo, I think you and I, we would get along in the kitchen, my friend. Pastel? I don't know what pastel? Is that like castle with a P? Pastel. Yo, I'm not sure. Pastel? Pastely. Okay, I messed with that word a little bit. Couldn't come to something that I know. So I don't know if that's a car brand or not. Good control for others who do and don't like a lot of sauce. Or not, if you keep it separate, you can add as much as they want. It's perfectly balanced. As all things should, right? So Thanos, perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Right? Yeah, you guys get the reference. Surely you were one of the millions of people that watched the Infinity Saga. But yeah, thanks for the idea of catching up on some water, Snapesy. I'm gonna set this down, so I think I'm doing all right. I'm a little bit hydrated. Let me get one more sip, and I'll set this down so I can give my legs some movement. There we go. We're kind of free. Oh my, this burger is so good. Yo. Dang, that was fast. Okay, yo, GG's. Maybe time is just passing by because we're having so much fun. But yo, that was a fast burger. GG's. Yo, congrats on your burger. I know you were hungry. I know you asked for a suggestion. Yo, burgers, that's gonna hit the spot, That's gonna be right where it needs to be. How is the kitten doing? Is the kitten adjusting to the new situation? All right. I know you wanted a horse. A kitten is much different, right? Yeah, a kitten is a different thing than a horse. But hopefully the kitten's doing well. And then if anybody tuned into the Sonic stream, I think that game was, I like Sonic the Hedgehog. The game was like Fall Guys, but with like Sonic characters, and so it was. I think I've never really got into Fall Guys when it came out. I saw that people were playing it. It seemed like Among Us Part 2, and so I just never really invested myself into it. And I never really saw like how the game was played and how things are different. But ever since I started the Pico Pals, I got a chance to hop into Fall Guys. And I know this isn't necessarily the right era for Fall Guys, but this Sonic Rumble game it's a lot of fun. Like it's very much like Fall Guys, and Fall Guys is very much like Fall Guys, and both of those games I'm enjoying. I'm enjoying playing that. I've never played anything like that before, so hopefully you guys are enjoying the hopefully you guys are enjoying the streams with Pico Pals. We're playing some free games. We've got some paid for games coming up on the schedule, so hopefully you guys could enjoy some Pico Pal series. We'll still be playing on Tuesday, but we'll probably pick up where we leave off on a few Tuesdays for some games. So that could be fun. I think that I think it could be a little bit more in depth and not as like it would be more geared towards the game, maybe possibly with the same type of like banter that we typically have. So a lot of the bits that we typically will do. Hopefully that's gonna. Okay, Cat's doing great. She's adorable, and I love her to pieces. Hell yeah, that's a good birthday, right? And then on my birthday, I ordered a special limited edition shaker cup from one of my favorite VTubers who had a limited time special. So I snagged one, and it's still on my way. It's still on its way in the tracking app. Yo, it's gonna get there, and you're gonna have your new shaker, and you're gonna be able to like drink some of your favorite drinks, and instead of having to buy drinks all over New York on those hot days, you'll have your shaker cup with you, with one of your favorite YouTubers or VTubers, and it's gonna be people are gonna be like, yo, where'd you get that? And you'll be like, I got it from this person, and people are gonna be like, oh, okay, now I can get one for $30, yeah, or they could use a code and get it for 14. Oh my gosh, okay, hell yeah, Stacey, that's awesome, man. I'm glad. I get it. I when I could, and when Tyranitar Tube will, sometimes he has merch, and when I can, I try to support that channel, and I'll buy Tyranitar Tube's merch. You know what I mean? I enjoy his silliness. He's a goofy kid. Usually that leads to me having a good time, laughing at like some of the quirky stuff that he does, and I enjoy the shit out of that. So because I appreciate that, because I've been following him since he's been in high school, and now he's like a full grown adult, and he's on his way. I try to support his channel. Like I try to support whenever he drops some merch. But her model is a digital space rabbit, and it's her merch. Her merch is also a banger. Okay. Digital space rabbit, you can't go wrong with that, right? But yeah. And then I've also gave support to the YouTuber Aussie Man. He had like a cool cancer awareness situation going on, and he made some merch for a cancer awareness thing, and I was like, how can you not support the people that that are entertaining, like that you love, so yeah. I plan on getting merch. I plan on having more videos that are kind of all over the place, some more playthroughs and some more different styles of videos that are edited and things like that. So eventually, when we're partnered with YouTube, we'll get that stuff out to you guys. And then and I'm gonna start a line of merch too. So it's gonna be good quality. It's not gonna be stuff that falls. My intention is to start off as best as I can. That's financially like smart and also easy for you guys to consume. Like something that's like worth wearing, something that's not gonna fall apart. It's not gonna like be destroyed in the laundry and stuff like that. And some stuff I'll probably be hand sewing myself. So I'll be doing some patchwork, getting some like solid stitches on these clothing items for training Riolu. We'll come up with probably some logos that we can sell without having to like infringe on Pokemon, and not have to worry about copyright or any like legal issues. So we'll come up with a new logo for Training Riolu, and yeah, there's gonna be some changes when we get to be partners with YouTube. But what's awesome is this is all because of your guys' support. You know, we're getting to a place where we can apply to be partners with YouTube, and it's all thanks to you guys. As soon as I become partner with YouTube, and as soon as I have that AdSense account, all of the money that I'm going to be making is going to be put into like starting this like different seasons of merch lines for you guys. And I hope I hope it's a lot of fun. I hope it's fun. I hope it's something that I can do on Training Riolu for you guys. Since you guys are in the Discord, a lot of you guys are in the Discord. People that are there, I'll be offering like a lot of free stuff that I can offer, and then yeah, hopefully you guys will, you know, become members and stuff like that if you can. No, you know, whatever. Regardless, you guys are part of the Riolu Camp community, and that's a great start, because this is what is building up the channel to go to where it's gonna be. Nothing beats a Zap 2 holiday, and right now you can save 50 pounds per person. That's 200 pounds off a family of 4. What is yeah, thanks Dialga. Yeah, that's right. Dialga, are you okay out there, man? Did you get like pulled into the digital circus? Are you hanging out with Jax and Pomni? Okay. We're at 1465. We're at, I'm sorry, 1466 now. At 1467, Father Elmo has a continued prediction that on 1467 we're gonna get the shiny Zapdos, and he also has a prediction that on 1469 we're gonna get the shiny Zapdos. So these numbers are definitely not a troll, and they're not like, you know, they're not. There's no other meaning outside of like Father Elmo's like solid and absolute prediction that these are the numbers that we're gonna get this Zapdos on. It's kind of funny. I have to go through that every 100 resets since he's since he's you know, set this up. So I appreciate it. I think that's funny. All right, hopefully you guys enjoy Father Elmo's sense of humor. I think it's silly. We'll get it going. Okay, Father Elmo, we made it to your prediction. 1467. Definitely not a troll. Not a troll number. It was my 7K subscriber hoodie. One of my merch that sold out super fast in one day. My proudest accomplishments. Hell yeah, Snapesy. Yo, I don't know if you guys all know this, but Snapesy used to, you know, create content too. Used to be big in YouTube, and yo, now he's big in our hearts. Yeah, he's here, and you know, I'll appreciate you being a part of the community and supporting all the people you do, man. You said something about having like 500 or 5,000 subscriptions on YouTube, and that's incredible. That's an incredible feat. I can't do that. I have a handful. My brother I think my first subscription was to Video Game Donkey. My brother introduced me to Video Game Donkey, and I was only subscribed to him for probably months. It was probably almost a year where I was only subscribed to him, and then I got into like the film theorists, and when Matt Pat was around, and got into all of his theory channels, and watched his like GT Live stuff that he did, and then yeah, I've gotten in like I had some family who really enjoyed Markiplier, and I didn't know if I'd enjoy him. That happened later. Honestly, I think I got into Tyranitar Tube while I was in college, and Tyranitar Tube kind of got me through some homework assignments. You know what I mean? Like I was cranking out some essays, and and doing some research, listening to Tyranitar Tube in the back. Yeah, long since retired from YouTube to focus on life and other things. Hell yeah. That's what's up, dude. Yo, I'm glad you're moving forward with life. That's all what it's all about, right? Okay, we didn't get the shiny at 67, but we're at 69 right now. So Father Elmo, we're at 1469. If we get this on your if we get the shiny on your prediction, we'll open up some cards and send the hits to Father Elmo. Okay. But yeah, dude, yo, I'm happy for you, Snapesy. Like, it sounded like you have a pretty successful job going on. It seems like you got a fiance and a wedding that's being planned. Yo, you just had a birthday with it seems like with the boys, and yo, it seems like with the heat, you're still staying cool. You know what I'm saying? Staying cool. Yeah. And Zapdos is sorry for the lightning, man. Zapdos is sorry for the proximity of the thunderclap. Okay. We didn't make it on 1469. So the next shiny prediction is on 1479. And that's the last prediction we have for the day. So if anybody has any predictions between 1470 and 1500, let me know. Hit me up. Give me a heads up that you want to make a prediction between here and the end of the stream, and I'll put it down with your name on it, so we can open a pack of cards for you, or a few packs of cards for you on your prediction. I did YouTube when it came out in February 14th, 2005. Valentine's Day, baby. Yo, hopefully you did something about love or Valentine's Day. a thematic video. Okay. Father Elmo, you must have heard me, man, because we went through 1467, went through 1469, and we didn't get the shiny, but I was shouting you out, man. I was giving you a call out. But yo, I saw a message that Supergirl was all right, yo, or something along those lines. Yeah, that seems to be the consensus. I think most reasonable people are saying that the movie was all right. That's what I keep hearing. My brother, so Assassin had a review. I think he did a review, and he's got it scheduled to come out on his channel, so I don't think that's out yet. But he was talking to me about the movie, and I was talking to him about some of the stuff in the comics. It's yeah, it's all right. It's not the greatest. Yeah, it doesn't seem like some promises were kept. James Gunn was like, yo, if a movie's gonna come through on the new DC universe, it's gonna be a banger. That's basically what he said. And then it sounded like this script didn't do very well. But it sounds like there's some characters in there that are good characters. It's really just the actress doing a great job. Okay. Yeah. I keep hearing that, and that is amazing to hear. I'm glad Millie Alcock is doing the character in a way that people like. I heard Lobo was awesome too. Like, I don't know, haven't gotten a chance to see it, but I also heard Jason Momoa ate that role up, man. I like it. It sounds like he was like born for that role. I was worried that it was just gonna be like Aquaman 2.0, but it sounds like he's doing Lobo justice. It sounds like he really, from all the interviews I've seen with Jason Momoa, it seemed like he's really enjoyed the character of Lobo, and he's super excited to be that character. So those two things sound great. And the rest of everything else sounds very subpar, or at least if not subpar, at least mediocre, like where things didn't land in the movie. So that's my understanding. I'm gonna go see it myself, and so for reference, like I enjoyed The Mandalorian. It was exactly what I expected. It wasn't anything like more than what I would want. Which I would have probably liked more than what I wanted, but it wasn't anything more than what I wanted, and it wasn't anything less than what I wanted, which is great too. Like if it wasn't anything less than what I wanted, then I got exactly what I wanted from a Mandalorian movie. But what was great about the movie was there was like, it wasn't just one scene, but there was a sequence in the movie of just puppetry. And it was just the puppets doing stuff, saying funny things, a lot of just like puppetry happening on the sequence in the movie. And I loved it. I thought that was like some great practical effects. It was the dialogue, the script for these characters, like it seemed like maybe some improv that worked really, really well for the characters, and some silly stuff going on. So while Mandalorian wasn't necessarily a successful movie in the box office, like for me, I went to the show, and I got to see the show, and it was some stuff that I love. So I'm glad I got to enjoy it. You know what I mean? It wasn't like they didn't do the Mandalorian dirty. Like there was no characters that were like diminished because of this movie. The story wasn't like let down. The story wasn't let down, and the story wasn't necessarily improved upon. But it wasn't necessarily, the story wasn't let down. So while I think a lot of people would say that The Mandalorian wasn't successful, I really enjoyed it. So I'm hoping that's the case with the Supergirl movie for me, because Assassin has gone from like watching the movie, and there was a bit of excitement in the way that he was talking about the movie and the things that he didn't like. So that was kind of fun to listen to and have a conversation around. My brother saw the movie, and it was my brother can be a bit of a pessimist, but the things he had to say about the movie weren't pessimistic. And so knowing my brother, I take that as like a sign that I'd probably really enjoy the movie. He wasn't pessimistic about it. He didn't have the greatest things to say about it either. But I think based on my conversation with my brother, I can suspect that it's another movie that I'll probably get to be able to kind of lose myself in a little bit, and enjoy the movie. But I don't know. Based on what Father Elmo's saying, it is and the actress is doing a really good job, and I'm glad to hear that, because I really am looking forward to more of James Gunn's work, and I hope he fulfills his promise of, if a script is going to go through for DC, that it's going to be a banger. Like, I hope this was kind of like a one-off situation where that didn't happen, and that doesn't happen again, I imagine he's a busy guy, and maybe he didn't get a chance to read through the script, and maybe some trust happened with the writer. But yeah, from what I understand, it seems like a script issue, not an actor issue. So I like movies. I like what goes into movies. I like the process. I like how filming is so important, and that it comes down to how the actors, the writer, the director, and then all of these really cool pieces all come together. But the main parts of a movie typically boil down to how you perceive the writing, how the director pushes that narrative and asks the actors to do certain scenes, and then how the actors understand what's going on with like the vision. So as long as all of that is like cohesive, then we can get some good movies. But I'm glad that we kind of had like a writer's strike, because that gives a lot more motivation to write some great movies, right? Get some good stuff out there on the silver screen for you guys and for me. And yeah, let's get some better movies out there, right? I think there are a few movies that will be nominated for awards that are out already from this year, which is one I think is going to be Obsession. Horror movies don't typically get awarded, right? But from what my understanding, I didn't get a chance to see this, but from my understanding, this movie, as a horror movie, did some great stuff with its movie. So we're getting the Odyssey soon. So I think Odyssey is going to be awarded or nominated. We got Project Hail Mary, which I think is based on a novel, and the adaptation of the novel turned out really well, and it was something that went from a novel to the silver screen and is something that is consumed easily, right? It's something that people want to see. So Project Hail Mary, I think we'll find a way to a nomination at least. So the Odyssey, I think, is going to get awarded. Project Hail Mary is going to at least get nominated. Disclosure Day, Steven Spielberg came out of fucking retirement, and we got some amazing, like, I think I didn't get a chance to see Disclosure Day, but the story behind it is that Steven Spielberg came out of retirement to talk about aliens, one of his favorite subjects. So I think that's also going to at least get nominated and possibly get some awards. And then the Odyssey isn't out yet, but Christopher Nolan is award-winning in most of the things that he does. The Batman movies, the meme, it's like layers after layer. Inception. Oh my gosh, I couldn't think of the name of the movie. Inception, you know? Yeah, Christopher Nolan, Interstellar, I think Christopher Nolan joint, and there's some movies that are kind of tough to follow. Christopher Nolan made a movie about like gunslingers with like some sort of ability, and that movie seems odd because it also deals with like time travel. So the main character goes through this situation, goes back in time, adjusts the situation, and then fixes the problem. And so, but that following that around was like a wild ride. And at some point he had an interview where he's like, people aren't supposed to understand this. Okay, we're at Cobalt's reset. We're at 1479. Let's see how this goes. No shiny. Okay. We didn't get it again. I think I knew this movie was going to be disappointing when the entire theater was empty. There were 4 rooms. 3 of them had different films. We checked each room and they were moderately full. Yeah, I feel like, so what's in the box office right now? We got Toy Story 5. We got a Minions movie. And since like the early 2000s, I think Minions has been top of the box office typically. Pixar usually does pretty well for box office as well. And I think oftentimes, specifically Minions and anything Pixar will compete for top of the box office. So it is unfortunate for any other movie to be out right now. It is easy for mothers and children, people who have children, to find a way to the movie theater. It's a couple hours of being a parent where you get to kind of like unwind with your kid, you know, like, so that's typically why cartoons are successful. The Mario movie, was it not Minions, but Despicable Me? Yeah, that was good. Well, or it did well. I don't know how I feel about Despicable Me movies. I think I like How to Train Your Dragon. I think that's a as far as like Illumination goes or DreamWorks goes. I think I like the DreamWorks How to Train Your Dragon. I might be wrong. I could be way off. DreamWorks might not be Illumination might not be a product of DreamWorks. I might be wrong about that. No kids or teens or anything, just a total of 6 people in the Supergirl movie. In a room of well over 100 seats. Oh, cool. Yo, that is, I'm what's kind of neat about this comment, Father Elmo. You're in Costa Rica. It's nice to understand that your theater has like well over 100 seats. I think Assassin was talking to me about his theater. He's going to see the Minions movie today, and was explaining to me that in the Netherlands they'll have kids movies typically only, but there's kids movies in Dutch, and then there's did I say Costa Rica? I'm sorry, Puerto Rico. That's cool to have an idea of how your theaters look. I got an idea of how some Netherlands theaters look too. Yo, sorry, man. Yo, I'm sorry I said Costa Rica. My bad. I might have mixed that up before too. I apologize. My bad, Father Elmo. Hey, did you guys get through the new season, season 13 of Legends EA ranked battles? Did you guys get a chance to knock out that season? We were able to do it in a little bit over 2 hours. Well, maybe not a little. Maybe it was like 2 hours and 40 minutes. I think it took about 2 hours and 40 minutes for us to knock out ranked this season. Let me know. All right. So 1483. Yo, we're kind of keeping pace, making it through 200 resets today. I'm sorry, 100 resets today in 2 hours. I have somewhere to go to talk with a friend who plays Pokemon Go about a Pokemon Go video that we might be able to hop into for GoFest. I'm not sure if that means I'm going to be hopping back into Pokemon Go videos, but I will do this one with a friend. I think it's going to be a fun time, and so hopefully you guys enjoy this. He's quite the character. I don't know if you guys will. Yeah, well, I hope you guys enjoy him. I've grown to enjoy him, and so hopefully you guys all do. All good. Okay. But yeah, that's true. The language can differ the audience count, but regardless, it was all Spanish. Okay, not one film was English dub. Interesting. Oh, okay, yeah, that's good to know too. Yeah, so there's going to be an American box office right now. After the weekend, I think the American box office was at $37 million. And then the global box office was like $64 million. And so, unless you're a full-blooded American, you really could understand the films. Okay. Well, thank you, Father Elmo, for the perspective, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for the perspective, because so I've gotten a chance to grow up in California, in the East Bay area, and see movies there. I've gotten to go to Chicago, Great Lakes in Illinois, and maybe another town in Illinois, and see some movies out there, and I've enjoyed that. I've got to explore, what's it called? There's an area, it's like called the 7 Isles. I don't think it's called the 7 Isles. We do have English dub or Japanese dub if it's an anime movie like Demon Slayer. Okay, yo. But the theater I went was a smaller one. Okay, yo, Demon Slayer in theaters was great. I had a good time with Demon Slayer in theaters. That was actually a great time. What made that a great time was the audience beforehand was definitely like cosplaying, dressed up. It was like on release day. There was people with like, you know, katanas and you know, their checkered robes, and it was so cool, man. I really loved going to Demon Slayer and seeing everybody beforehand. But then when the movie started playing, when the movie played, the audio hit inside my soul like I was at a basketball game, or like a high intensity like sporting event where people are just like cheering. Is what the audio track on Demon Slayer felt like inside of my soul. It was great, dude. Like it was the same thrill of like someone hitting a home run. Still packed with rooms with different films, and the one we went was only 6 people total in that room. Yeah, I think, like I said, man, I think with Toy Story and the Minions out in theater right now, Supergirl's probably not gonna really do much. If people are gonna go to theaters, I think it's... My girlfriend confused the hell out of me. She said, I'll text you in handwriting. I'm like, huh? What do you mean? You mean just regular typing in text? And she said, no, she found an app. Put text like you wrote on paper. Is it going to be in her handwriting? Like the app knows what her handwriting looks like, and so it's going to, she's going to text you in like a cute little like love note. Yo, I hope she texts you a cute love note. Yo, put it in the chat. No, I'm just kidding. Yo, like we did with Prada, right? Put your nails in the chat. Even though I made a mistake. I thought she was getting a manicure and she was getting a pedicure, and I was like, yo, put your fingernails in the put your nails in the chat, and so basically it looked like I was asking Prada to show us her toes, and I didn't mean I didn't mean to do that. I think I know what she means. I think. Okay. Father almost got an inkling. Father almost got an inkling of what's happening. Yo, Snapesy, yeah, if you if it's once there's clarity, you know, once it's not as confusing anymore. Yo, let us know. Give us a heads up. What this seems like an epic, you know? It's how you can have an Apple Pen. You can write a message, write the message itself, and it'll auto type it. Okay. The app just puts your texting in like someone wrote in pen or pencil on a sheet of paper. Without that info, I was confused. Okay. So she's just texting you like a sheet of paper, and the app makes it look like it's handwritten. If it's an app, then I don't know. Never mind. Okay, yeah, no worries, Father Elmo. I know what you're talking about, though. I have an Apple, and I know that there are like functions with an Apple Pen that are out there for you to like write with an Apple Pen and get like some your own handwriting out there to the people you're messaging. Thought I was cooking? Okay, yo. You are cooking, Father Elmo. Okay, 1490, baby. Let's get through these last 10. Maybe we can get the shiny Zapdos. Maybe not. Yo, I don't know if we spend another week on this bird, but regardless, we're gonna go until we get the shiny, and then we'll be able to start with Articuno after this. So I don't know. I told her you can text normally. Like, why use an app to make it fancy? Yeah. Yo, what's happening out here? Getting all fancy with your text messages. But hey, you know what? Maybe she's having a fun time, you know? Snapesy, that's low-key what a grandma or what a young teen would do. Okay. Yo, you know what? Our friend of the channel, Alex, he sent me a link to a lady playing Fortnite who was celebrating her 65th birthday and her sixth year of being a streamer. And I watched it for a little bit, and I celebrated with that lady, and I wished her happy birthday, and she had an Australian accent. Like how some people would download an app, use the flashlight when you can just do it without an app. Yeah, you could just use your app. You could just use the built-in flashlight that's on the phone, but you download an app to get a different phone app flashlight. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that is pretty funny. I haven't had to really help my mom with any technology stuff, but typically when we do talk about technology stuff, she has no idea what she's doing, and it's like, well, you could always ask. My girlfriend is 10 years younger than me, and that's probably why she's always finding shortcuts to type. She hates typing. Oh, okay. Oh, it's a patience issue. Okay, got you. Why the extra steps when you can just do it without taking memory space? Yeah. You're adding an extra app to your phone. You're taking away your memory space. You know, you're slowing your phone down just for a fucking flashlight. Oops. What do you know? What do you say? Yo, Prada guessed 1339, and she said the number was elite, and I don't know what the reference is to, and I feel kind of silly. And then Virgil, I think on the same like pipeline, on that same like strain of whatever Prada was saying, he guessed that we'll get the shiny Zapdos at 1738. So I must be missing something. There might be like a cultural thing between Prada and Virgil that I'm missing, like in New York. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Do you guys by chance know what is happening there? Because it seems like an inside joke that I'm missing out on, and that's okay. It's all right if it is. You know, like hell yeah. But yo, I I don't know. I'm gonna look up like the years and go back to 1337, and then I'll look up 1738 and see like what's going on in the world, you know. I don't know why I'm thinking years, but who knows. All right, let's make it through 7 more resets. I think I'm gonna end the stream and reach out to the friend that I'm planning on making a. Sorry, I'm not from New York. Okay. I'm walking here. Yeah. That's very New York media centric of you. I'm walking here is like what you would see in a fucking like movie, right? Like New York being, you know, you got the Big Apple, you got Times Square, and then someone's walking across the street and a car like screeches to a halt in front of somebody, and they're like, ah, yeah. Very, very much like in a movie, right? It's like the Wilhelm scream. I'm the tech savvy one. She doesn't. Your girlfriend doesn't have the patience. She's always comes to me for anything on electronics. I fixed her grandmother's old desktop computer and took it apart and fixed the issue. Hell yeah. Well, good work, Snapesy. Good looking out. It was kind of fun. I know Chili from the Pico Pals was really interested in like stats on computers and stuff like that. And I have limited understanding of like and maybe limited interest too. What's funny is I worked in IT. I know like software and stuff like that. Yeah, so I've worked in IT. I understand how software works and I understand installing hardware, but I haven't really dealt with a lot of components in a computer to kind of like figure out how computers are put together. And so I don't really funny thing, I live in New York and people here don't have that accent. Okay, yo, like I said, Hollywood, right? Very much Hollywood. I assumed you already know this, but speaking of, did you know that Coughing and Wheezing's original beta were New York and LA, which is New York and Los Angeles? Like, are you talking about like the skull and crossbones? Or are you talking about like they represent New York and LA because of the smog? Which is funny because Kanto is like in Japan. It's a region that represents a place in Japan. And same with Sinnoh, Hoenn, and Johto, yeah. Ecruteak City is like a place in... I can't remember the regions that Johto, Kanto, Sinnoh, or Hoenn represent in real life. But I know that there are. Their original names were gonna be New York and LA. Oh, okay. Nai and La? We were gonna have Nai and La instead of Coughing and... Oh, whoops. This is still the... I didn't check with the Zapdos. What the heck? I just hopped out. My bad. I didn't check with the Zapdos. Let me not count up on this one because I didn't check with the Zapdos. I don't know. That one was probably the shiny, right? Maybe I need to trick Zapdos into thinking that like, oh yeah, nah, not this time. And then like he's like, wait, I thought we had something here, you know? But like maybe playing coy with him a little bit and not giving him the satisfaction of that reset. Maybe this is gonna be bro reset on the shiny. Maybe this is gonna be the shiny instead. Oh, okay. Bro, reset on the shiny. Maybe. Gonna give you that dark idea. It's possible. Yeah, here comes another 1497. Let's go. I'm sure further New York or Bronx, they do have an accent, but where I am, no one has an accent. But people hear my accent and know I'm not born in New York. Resident, I get told that a lot. Okay, interesting. Are you in one of the boroughs of New York? Right, like I think that's how that works. Bronx, Brooklyn, maybe. Oh wait, yeah, aren't the boroughs of New York like named after the same names of the gargoyles? Maybe. I could have that wrong. Like I don't know the boroughs of New York, but I did watch, fucking Karate Kid, and I remember them talking about the boroughs of New York, and they had like a boroughs battle in that Karate Kid movie. And I'd say like a lot of the newer stuff, I kind of have an accent. New York City raised? Hell yeah, baby. Let's go, Virgil. That's great. I love that you have an accent. I hope one day, maybe on a Discord call for chat battles or something like that, you'll hop in and we all get a chance to hear, part of the greatest part of America right now, in our time and age, like what you sound like, yeah? Like the sound of success right now, the sound of like what America can aspire to. My voice has the that twang and accent people hear. Here, no, it's not from here. Still surprise people when I speak. That's kind of, yeah, that's got to be interesting. Luckily, I grew up in California. I didn't end up like with like a Californian accent that I am aware of, because I've never heard that anybody say, I have to get going. Yo, Aubrey, I hope you enjoyed the burgers. We're close to ending the stream as well, so I think I've got one more reset to go, but I hope you have an amazing night, Aubrey. Thanks for hanging out, and thanks for chatting with us earlier. I hope your burgers were superb. I'll see you later. Yeah. Want to know a fun fact? Dino, Zweilous, and Hydreigon, in their names, they have German spelling for 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I do know that. I'm in a town far from the city, but I heard a New York accent before. But everyone here where I'm living doesn't have it. So I'm probably a mix of in between why I don't hear it here. Okay, gotcha. Bye, Riolu. Bye, everyone. Have a great day. Yo, thank you, Aubrey. Thank you for wishing everybody a good day. And thank you for wishing me a good day. I appreciate it. I hope you do too. Hope you have a great day. Okay, we are at reset number 1500. Let's see if this is the shiny, and then if it's not, we'll pick this up again tomorrow, because I just got a message back from my friend from Pokemon Go, and I'm gonna check in with him and see where we're gonna go. Come on, shiny. Come on, man. Please. Please, you just scared the shit out of Eevee. Okay. So another day that we don't get to get started on Zapdos. Okay. So my friend comes over on Wednesdays, and today put me kind of like at like a little bit behind on when I wanted to get started streaming. But we finally made it. We finally got through 100 resets, and we'll be doing this again tomorrow. So my skill and talent I have is, if I stay around people long enough, if they have an accent, I start speaking and picking up and start sounding like them. Yeah, that's an interesting like GG's. Thanks, Virgil. Yo, we made it through. We made it through 100 resets and still no shiny bird. I don't know when we're going to get it, but we're well past odds. So it's any point in time. It's like, geez, I don't know what I'm going to put in the description tomorrow for the movie or for the video. And I don't know what I'm going to put, but it's going to probably be something along the lines of like just all A's, like, so I'm gonna be something like that because we need to get this shiny. We need to get this bird. So, but yo, I'm gonna end here. I'm gonna end the stream here. I hope you guys have an amazing Wednesday night. Yo, we are on the latter half of the week. We're getting close to the weekend, baby. Let's fucking go. I'll be sending you guys pup pics in tomorrow and on Friday. So that's going to be an indication that I'll be getting closer to stream. So that's what's going on. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. I hope you have an amazing... Hold on. My talent is better if I blink. My eyes will refresh themselves from the moisture. Okay, there we go. My Asian friend, I hung out with him and so much I started to sound like I have an Asian twang in my voice. So it's weird to most who see it, a mixed white guy sounds like Asian. Yo, for real. Yeah, that would be kind of a funny situation. But yeah, but thank you guys again for being here, for hanging out with me towards the last like 50 resets, you know. And we didn't get the shiny, but we're getting closer. Every day we're getting closer. So I hope you guys have an amazing night. I'm gonna try and have an amazing night myself, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget to level up. Bye.